Hello, it's Gabby here for you. Before we jump onto this week's podcast, I just want to let you know about 2 ways that you can work with me. First of all, I do one-to-one coaching and I do that via Zoom, so we can jump on a Zoom call at a time to suit you. The second thing I've got for you is an online coaching course that's 12 modules that you can download straight away now. There will be a link somewhere around these podcast notes. And this is the course that I've designed, and it's got everything in it that I wish I'd have known when I finished cancer treatment and I was lost. So you can download that course now and you can start working towards making this your happiest and healthiest year ever. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, it's Gabby here from Confidence After Cancer, and I hope this finds you well. This week's podcast, I'm thinking about the importance for cancer survivors, but for anybody really, the importance for us all to avoid toxins in our personal care products. And what does that mean? What sort of toxins are there? And if they were that dangerous, surely they would have been banned, is what a lot of people think. But I want to talk a little bit about what these toxins are, how common they are in a lot of our personal care products. Thinking about that. I'm going to talk about toxins in other areas of life, maybe in other podcasts. But for this week's short podcast, it's thinking about your personal care products, how many toxins you may be exposed to, what you can do about them, what things to look out for. And also at the end, I'm going to leave you a link to my free guide for the top 5 toxins that you need to avoid in order to keep yourself safe. So really thinking about, even though this is quite a serious topic and quite a heavy one, and there's a lot of science, and in my blog this week I'm referring back to the names of some of these toxins, and there are a lot of long words in there, but I'm not going to try and bamboozle you with science. I'm just going to make you just stop and think for a minute. Most people in the morning when they get up, they have a shower, maybe brush your teeth, maybe cleanse your face. Cleanse, tone and moisturize is what was drummed into me as a young woman. Then maybe have a shower, wash your hair with shampoo, use conditioner, use a soap, use a shower gel, then get out of the shower, use maybe a deodorant or an antiperspirant, a body lotion, different types of lotions. And then that's before you've even started to think about putting makeup onto your skin. So before you've even got out of the door in the morning, you may have exposed yourself to dozens, and for some people, hundreds of combinations of toxins that are in these personal care products. And I'm not for 1 minute suggesting that you need to give up all your products or you need to stop using them. I'm just asking you to be mindful about the products that you're using and the harmful chemicals that may be in there. And why is it so dangerous? Well, exposure to toxins in personal care products can pose serious health risks. There's a lot of studies about this. Some toxins have been banned, but there's a lot that are in common day usage now that have not been banned, or they may be banned in some countries and not in others. The research is still ongoing to a lot of these things. But when the research is done, it's researching usually on just one toxin at a time. And as I say, you can quite easily have dozens of these toxins apply to your skin in the course of a day. And what can that do? Well, it can pose serious health risks. It can disrupt your hormonal balance and potentially contribute to long-term health issues. Okay, so as a cancer survivor, I've done a lot of work on building up my immune system again. After chemotherapy, my immune system was absolutely devastated. After any serious illness, it can be. But also, as we're getting older as well, as we're all getting older. Thankfully, we're blessed to be here and getting older. But as you get older, your body in certain circumstances starts to slow down. Maybe you've got some lingering health issues. And so your immune system is under attack constantly from toxins, from aging, from things in the environment. So it's in some ways, you need to be giving yourself all the help that you can to keep yourself healthy. And that's why I advocate for a healthy diet. I really believe you are what you eat, but also I believe you are what you put on your skin. So if you're putting dangerous chemicals onto your skin, maybe just be mindful about that fact and think about what that could be possibly doing to you. Okay, so personal care products often contain chemicals that are designed to preserve, stabilize, and enhance product scents. So to make the products last longer, you don't want products that you're using to be going moldy or going off. So quite often these things are put in the products to preserve them. Now, unfortunately, a lot of these ingredients are harmful and can build up in your body over time. So chemicals like parabens, phthalates, formaldehyde, triclosan are common in products from lotions to shampoos. But yet they are associated with health risks, including hormone disruption and even potential carcinogenic effects. And carcinogenic, if you're not familiar with that phrase, means they are known to cause cancer. They are proven. There are studies shown that these things can cause cancer. So I'm not here to try and scare you. I'm not here to say that you need to throw all your products away. I'm just saying be mindful, because there are alternatives that you can use. And I'm enjoying finding natural products that I use. So I'm going to talk about those a little bit as well. So for cancer survivors particularly, and most of my listeners and viewers are cancer survivors, if you've undergone extensive treatment, no matter what your treatment is, whether it is chemotherapy, whether you've had radiotherapy, whether you've had surgery, even just the trauma of the diagnosis, all these things take a toll on your body, and it takes time for you to recover. And in the same way that you want to nurture yourself with a healthy diet, I believe you want to nurture yourself with managing your toxic overload by thinking about, being mindful about the amount of chemicals that you're exposed to. Your body is in a recovery phase, and exposure to these toxins can interfere with your healing. I really believe, and I learned this in my nutritional healing studies that I did, your body is wonderful at healing itself. Sometimes we just need to get out of our own way. Yeah. You think about when you cut your finger and you know how quickly sometimes your scar tissue will appear and the cut starts to heal over, and your body is really good at sending all the right things to your finger, to the cut in your finger, to make it heal. And in the same way, your body can recover from quite serious illnesses sometimes by healing itself. Sometimes we need some help with that, and I'm not knocking the medical profession, but I'm saying is your body is amazing if you give it the right things. And so in the same way as we want to give ourselves good nutrition, we want to lower the burden of toxic overload as well. We don't want to put additional strain onto our body and potentially increase the risk of cancer recurrence. I'm not here trying to scare anybody. It's just part of my recovery plan is looking at my nutrition. It's looking at my stress management. It's thinking about things that I'm thinking about. It's thinking about my mental state. It's thinking about my personal care products and not using things that I know are to be dangerous. Okay. So why is it so dangerous for some of these products? And some people say to me, well, surely if they're that bad, they would have been banned. And whatever your views on, what's going on in the world at the minute, that's not always the case. We know money talks. We know big businesses have got a lot of interest in making cheap products, making products that are marketed to you. Not always what's the best products for you, but for a lot of companies, what's the products that are making them a lot of money. And so they may contain things like parabens, which are known to disrupt your hormones. We know they disrupt your hormones. And if you disrupting your hormones, that can have all sorts of knock-on effects. I'm not a doctor, I'm not medically trained, but it's, thinking about, I've got an underactive thyroid. So thyroid function is one of the things that can be impacted by too many chemicals. And your metabolism as well, when you're thinking about your body burning energy, losing weight, or whatever you want to do with your body, just storing and using your energy. If you've got too many chemicals impacting upon that can have a knock-on effect as well. Thinking about if your cancer was hormone receptive, like some types, not all types, but some types of breast cancer or ovarian cancer. So reducing exposure to these chemicals can support a healthier recovery process and potentially reduce the risk of new health complications. So as I said at the beginning, if you think about the amount of chemicals that we use maybe every day, the cumulative effect, the build-up effect of all these chemicals time after time, for some of us years, if you think about using deodorant, say I've been using deodorant for many, many years, as most of us do. But when you apply these chemicals into the skin, a lot of these chemicals will get into your bloodstream. Okay. And why you think, it's a tiny amount, think about the cumulative effect, the build-up effect of this over the years. And so that can be known as, the build-up of these chemicals can be known as the body burden, which was quite a new phrase for me. It's only something that I've recently heard. But you think about it, it's right. It's a burden on your body that your body has to deal with. It's something else that your body has to deal with. And when we're trying to create optimal health by eating the right things and doing the right things, maybe doing exercise, getting out into the fresh air, thinking good thoughts, thinking positive thoughts, thinking about the way we treat ourselves, this is a major area for something that's really easy for you to control. These are not things outside of your control, okay? So just think about your personal care products and knowing what to look out for. And I'm going to put a link below this podcast. Somewhere around this podcast will be a link to my free guide for the top 5 toxins that are commonly found in personal care products and how you can avoid them. So fortunately today, we do live in a world where a lot of people are becoming more aware of this now. There's some fantastic companies out there that are making chemical-free or very small amounts of chemicals in their products. Think about the products that are going to stay on your skin for a long time, such as lotions, deodorants, makeup that you may wear every day. They are more likely to be absorbed into your bloodstream. So replacing those with a safer alternative can have a significant impact. Okay, look for certifications. Again, people are becoming more aware of this now. So things like EWG verified, the Leaping Bunny is cruelty-free products, which I know a lot of people are more concerned with nowadays. It used to be sort of accepted that bunnies in a laboratory were needed to make a product safe. And now I think people are waking up to the fact that that's not necessarily true. If you want to, you can make your own products. You think about your own body scrubs or face masks with ingredients like coconut oil, sugar, and essential oils are all pure things that you can put on your face and give you complete control. It's like cooking from scratch. You know what the ingredients are that are going onto your skin if you're making your own lotions. It's not something I'm particularly into, but I know a lot of people that do and get a lot of pleasure from it as well. And it's a very empowering thing. This is, to me, all about taking your power back. You may not have been in control of your cancer diagnosis or any other illness or diagnosis that you've had, but you are in control of how you react to it and what your plan is for staying well. And this could be a major part of your plan. So there's a database that you can download onto your phone or the computer, the EWG, the Environmental Working Group Skin Deep Database, and you can put a product into that and it will give you a rating of the product's safety and toxicity levels. So that's a great thing to look if you want to get into that. There's also another app called Think Dirty, and this app, got it on your phone, allows you to scan barcodes while you're out shopping and get an instant breakdown of the ingredients and their potential health impacts. And again, it's just knowledge is power. It's not there to scare you. It's to think, oh, well, I've got the knowledge and I can compare one product to another. I can choose the one that I think is safest for me. The other company that I would mention, and full disclosure, I'm an ambassador for Tropic Skincare. Tropic is a wonderful company based in the UK. All the ingredients are freshly made in their workshop I think it's down in Surrey in the UK, freshly made. So yeah, they don't last forever, and they do have a shelf life because there are none of these nasty preservatives in there that will make your products last for years. Some body lotions and creams do last for years. But these are freshly made products. They're cruelty-free. They're vegan, very, very ethical. And again, I can put a link to my shop around this podcast so you can have a look at the beautiful products coming up to Christmas now. If you want to buy some lovely Christmas gifts, there's some fabulous things in there as well. So my final thoughts are, as always, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not trying to paint a really bleak picture. I'm saying a little bit of knowledge can really empower you to make some better choices for you. So for cancer survivors, protecting and nurturing your health in recovery is essential. For me, it's non-negotiable. I'm not one of the people who thinks, oh, well, it's in the hands of the gods. If my cancer comes back, that's just fate. I really believe my wellness plan, which, as I said, includes nutrition, exercise, managing my thoughts, being around positive people, working on my mindset, but also managing my exposure to toxins is something that makes me feel empowered. It makes me feel like I'm a participant in my recovery plan. I'm not a spectator. I'm not just riding along just to see what happens. I've got a plan that I'm active in. So taking control of your chemical exposure for me is a very empowering thing to do. So start with just a few products. Just think about it. Stay informed. Download my Toxins guide and think about making a safer environment for yourself and also for future generations as well. So as always, I'd say thank you so much for listening. It's an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Ping me a message if there's anything that you're concerned about or any questions that you've got. If you like my podcast, please leave me a review. It really helps me if you can like and subscribe. It helps me to reach more people. Send me a message if there's anything you need help with. Thank you so much for listening. As always, I'd urge you to stay safe and stay sane. Thank you, my darling. I'll speak to you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.